recovering from their ordeal through song. These women are some of the victims of physical and psychological abuse inflicted on them on the basis of their gender. Kamuli district in eastern Uganda has some of the highest cases of gender-based violence in the country. This has been blamed on cultural and economic factors. The Inspector General of Police, General Kale Kaiwura, calls for tougher action to check gender-based violence.
For me, next to terrorism is gender-based violence. And we must give it its due attention.
One of the most serious consequences of gender-based violence is the tough recovery process. Many victims are often left to wallow in self-pity. This is why this shelter was opened to offer legal and psychological support to the victims. The center, the first of its kind in Busoga, was built by the Uganda Women's Network with funding from the government of Ireland.
The skill that most of the duty bearers have gained have been able to create confidence within the women, create confidence within the staff, and have created the confidence that when I go to report, my case will be handled.
This is a place that is secluded and the public is not supposed to know, because we are trying to shield these survivors from abusive perpetrators who are looking for them to commit more violence. So this is a place where we keep them for between 1 to 21 days while we prosecute or we follow up with their case file.
From the time the center was opened in March, it has registered 1,542 cases of gender-based violence, with domestic violence topping the list at 560 cases, followed by defilement at 231. Others are rape, succession issues, assault, sale of land, and matrimonial wrangles.
The psychosocial support component is still very limited in our country. We have many survivors that need proper trauma care, proper support in terms of counseling, in terms of psychosocial support.
The Irish government also funded UONET to set up a similar center in neighboring Namutumba district. Authorities believe that the center will boost awareness on the dangers of gender-based violence in the region.
And I think the fact that we are proclaiming today a war against gender-based violence, just like against terrorism, is hugely significant and important.
But government has also come under criticism for not designing adequate interventions to reduce cases of gender-based violence.
If we get support from outside, very good. But we have the resources, we have the capacity. But we are not organized. Oh, we don't care. You see, what UONET is telling us is actually an indictment by them. That we don't care.
And I believe that it doesn't even require that much funding to be able to accelerate the pace at which we can counteract gender-based violence.
And we sincerely would wish that these shelters do not become a permanent benchmark of our country. We want Ugandans to live in peace.
Police Chief General Kaiwura also directed the Police Child and Family Division to set up a special desk for gender-based violence.
By midnight tonight, you must establish, your officer must establish special desks in all your stations and police posts dealing with gender-based violence.
But we still have a problem whereby we are saying we need everybody, all of us, all the stakeholders, we want to work together. If we don't work together, we shall continue lamenting and lamenting and lamenting.
Irish Ambassador to Uganda, Donald Cronin, says his government has provided about 9 billion shillings in the last 5 years to stem gender-based violence and its effects.
Better coordination, making better use of the resources that you have, and also for a place like Kamuli, to have a chief magistrate which is based here to prevent the long journeys to and forwards to Jinja is going to be of enormous benefit.
Such interventions give these residents the reason to celebrate and hope that the center will help reduce the prevalence. But as they revel in the moment, it is clear the journey has just begun and the road ahead may be bumpy. Moses Sakena, NTV.